Welcome back to The Last Call. I'm your host, Justin Holbrock. Get ready for a week of nonstop action with teams you've never watched this season until now. But two teams we've been watching all year are Auburn and Alabama, and both are going dancing. It's the second time in 3 weeks that Auburn has taken down a #1 seed. They did so 2 weeks ago against Georgia, but this one was a little bit sweeter, taking down their rival Alabama in the 82nd edition of the Iron Bowl. Brendan, late this afternoon, as word of Chuck Person's arrest continued to spread across campus, the university released a statement saying that he will be suspended. The search for a hat sponsor this year has been, well, interesting for Jason Duffner. This season, the Auburn grad has worn everything from a notorious B.I.G. hat to one that simply said boss, which he actually found sitting at Ricky Fowler's house. Well, today at the U.S. Open, he played like a boss. So the biggest question is, can you do an Ed Orgeron impression yet? What was it like to hear him talking? Can you do the impression? Because I've been working on mine. I think I've got a pretty good one. I want to hear if you have one.
It's kind of hard to do it. I don't think anybody can do it except for him, to be honest. I mean, hey, you want to give it a try?
Yeah, it's good to have you here on the program, Peter.
Yeah, that's probably the best one.
Looking forward to hold that tiger.
That's exactly how it sounds. I'm not even gonna lie.
Confetti rains once again on the Kings of the SEC as Alabama wins its 4th SEC title in 5 years. What was Georgia's revenge after last year's national championship turned into Jalen's. He came back and led the team to a game-tying touchdown and then the game-winning touchdown to give the Tide another SEC title under Nick Saban. Teresa, just 2 years ago, Clint Myers and his Auburn team were playing for a national championship. Now, he and his son Corey, who resigned in March, are under heavy scrutiny. According to a report from ESPN, several players described a culture of routine manipulation, isolation, and exploitation. Auburn Athletics is saying Clint Myers retired, while the university claims it made staff changes, creating confusion on what the official stance is from Auburn. Hey, Phil. Yeah, in order to buy tickets in this 70,000-seat stadium, you have to buy a personal seat license, also known as a PSL, and a PSL is a one-time fee to get the rights for season tickets. It's actually a pretty common practice when you build a new stadium. 19 NFL teams have done it. I'm joined by Lesney, GM of the LA Rams. I think the best place to start is maybe what could have been the end. You know, you had a 4-12 team, not sure that you were still going to be there the next year, and here we are, one game away from the Super Bowl. What have these past 2 years been like? As you approach exit 79, leaving Georgia, heading into Alabama, there are two options: a right toward Lynette and a left toward Valley. But on Friday, two players, one from each city, found somewhere to meet in the middle.
I saw how upset he was, and I just knew that I needed to go up to him and give him a hug and say he's still the best player around here.
For him to come in and try to keep me up and to let me know to keep my head up, that did a lot for me.
Daniels Valley Rams had just shocked Christian's Lynette Panthers, who won a state title last year. The schools are bitter rivals, but the two players have been friends since kindergarten.
It was the first day of school, and our parents knew each other, so our relationship has just grown since kindergarten.
But don't let the hug fool you.
A lot of competition also, like from wrestling in the pool to
kickball back in kindergarten. We've always tried to keep more home runs with each other.
All-star baseball, having a competition throughout the week, practicing to see who can hit the most home runs.
And now we're just fighting each other in high school football.
It's always been a competition between us.
3 years ago, Christian's dad Clifford took the head coaching job at Lynette, putting a bridge between their friendship.
We talk all the time still. You know, it's not that hard for me, but you'd think it would be because we're rivals and all that kind of stuff. But no matter where you go or anything, you still have friends. No matter what you're doing, rivals, it don't matter.
With a true best friend, like, you don't have to talk to him every day for him to know you're still there. So I think he's more than the best friend to me. He's been like my brother since we was young. So it's God and family before anything else. So, and he's like family to me. So it comes before football.
The bond that they have, it'll be lifetime. You know, when they get their families and get married and they have children, they'll still come and visit each other and see each other. And to be honest with you, after that game was over, when I saw that, you know, my mind went immediately to this is what it's all about.
Legendary NFL coach Vince Lombardi once asked, if winning isn't everything, then why do they keep score? Well, coach, these two friends might just be the answer. Reporting on your side, Justin Holbrock, News 3 Sports. Some people know the third baseman. Most people know the shortstop. Everyone knows the second baseman. Show off. But nobody knows Sammy Stiers, the guy who takes care of this award-winning field at CSU.
A lot goes on behind the scenes before you even step out onto the baseball field. I really wasn't even aware of the award until we got it.
Well, the first thing I thought was about time because we've had the best field in Georgia for a long time.
Last week, the Georgia Baseball Coaches Association agreed, recognizing Columbus State's Ragsdale Field as the best collegiate field in all of Georgia. But a field can only win an award if someone's there to take care of it.
We might have to throw a bag of turfus on it. Let it dry up as much as we can. I've kind of just learned from experience, from what other people done. I've basically screwed everything up out here at least once and just try to not make the same mistake twice.
He must not have made too many mistakes because he's been with Columbus State for 15 years.
Just a crack of the bat today, boys. Pop it a mitt.
He's one of the reasons our baseball program is successful.
Success comes and goes like seasons change, and the seasons changing makes Steyer's job more challenging.
You go from 80 degrees to 30 degrees, and it kind of puts the grass in shock, and anytime the field floods, so you kind of at the will of Mother Nature as far as that goes.
We're lucky enough to be out here every day. One of the most beautiful things. It was definitely a selling point for me to come here. Steyer's does an incredible job with it, and we couldn't be more thankful to have him on our staff.
I get to come out and work on a baseball field every day, so that beats the heck out of sitting in a desk. So I could see myself doing this job until they don't let me do it anymore, or till I'm physically not able to come out here and do it.
Reporting on your side, Justin Holbrock, News 3 Sports.
News 3 Sports.
Auburn has not lost at home this season. Today was the best chance for that to happen because the Tigers were hosting number 12 Kentucky and playing without their center Austin Wiley. So that means they got to have a big game from this guy, Bryce Brown, the all-time leader in three-pointers. Early in the first half, Tyler Hero drives and drops it off to Reed Travis for the jam. Wildcats up 8-4. Tigers down by 4 until number 4 Malik Dunbar nails the corner three. The Tigers trail by 1. Then we have 5:30 left in the first half. Jared Harper going to call his own number, goes ISO and nails the three in the face. He had 9 points in the first half. After a Tigers turnover, Ashton Haggins finds Hero wide open for the three. That goes in. Kentucky ended the first half on a 9-0 run and led 35-27 at the break. Wildcats came out swinging in the second half, leading by as many as 17, and then Bryce Brown went off. Hits the three, gets fouled. The 4-point play cuts the Kentucky lead to 11. 7 minutes left in the game. Brown, still feeling it from distance, hits another three, and it's now 66-60 Kentucky. 4 minutes left in the game. The Tigers get the board. Jared Harper finds Brown. What can Brown do for you? This one, he gets you 6 3-pointers and 28 points. Wow. The Cats, they stayed ahead, though, thanks to Tyler Hero. He nails another 3-pointer to put Kentucky back up by 6, and he finished with 20 points. Fast forward to 24 seconds left in the game. Hero hits 2 big free throws to put Kentucky up 81-80, so Auburn has a last chance shot to go in. Jared Harper, the ball rattles in and out, and Auburn can't come back. They lose 82-80.
We fouled them too much, sent them to the foul line way too much. This is the 4th straight SEC game where we've had a deficit when it came to getting to the foul line. We've got to finish more physically ourselves.
I knew when I was able to get by him that I had the angle. I feel like when I shot it, I put it in the right place on the backboard, and it just didn't go in. Simple as that.
I mentioned the Tigers were without center Austin Wiley, and it made a big difference because UK outscored Auburn by 14 in the paint. Next up, Tigers travel to South Carolina on Tuesday. Meanwhile, 3 teams in the top 10 of college basketball lost this week, and Alabama could make that 4 by beating number 3 Tennessee in Knoxville, but that's no easy feat because they've won 18 games in a row at home. Crimson Tide have a chance to beat a top 5 team for the first time since December of 2017. We have liftoff. Admiral Schofield alley-oop to Yevs Pons. Great names, great start for Tennessee. Then Grant Williams on the assist from Jordan Bowden. The Tide trailed by 12 at the end of the first half. But then John Petty cuts into that lead. All 3 of these, the Tide only down by 4. Petty again from 3. The game is tied at 55. He had 30 points with 9 minutes still left in the game. But Tennessee has the Admiral on the offensive and won. The free throw is good. The Vols lead again by 2. Tide retake the lead, but the Admiral won't let his team down. The floater goes, and we're tied at 65 with just under 3 minutes left. Then Dante Hall rejects Schofield this time, but the lucky bounce goes to Williams, who puts it back in. Vols up 3, under a minute left. 11 seconds left. Bama down 1. You want Petty to have it, but he's called for traveling. He scored 0 points in the last 9 minutes, and Tennessee holds on to win 71-68. We'll have a final check of your forecast right after this.